Hey, Shalom, Markin, this is Vakar Makapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bah Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful, let's pushing his truth in all sincerity. Back here again with another video. Just a quick one. We're just meditating on these few scriptures that I put together here, right? Concerning the gathering of Israel, which is really the mission. Okay, the mission that Yahweh Shai was sent to do, because Yahweh Shai is for the salvation of his people, okay, pursuant to Luke chapter 1, verse 68, right? And that's what the Lord is doing right now. He's gathering his elect from the four winds, four corners of the earth, four winds of heaven, right? And we're being gathered, we're being collected, right? For to be saved from the Lord's judgment when he brings judgment upon this place. Okay, it's not for the heathen, it's not for the other nations. Okay, it never has been. All right, so I thought I should bring out a couple of scriptures, concerning that matter. Right, because that's exactly how it's going to go down. All right, so I'm going to start here in Ezekiel 28, verse 25. This is let's see. Yeah, so not from verse 25. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered." Right, because the Lord has scattered us because of our transgression. This is part of our punishment, to be scattered and put underneath our enemies. Right, so the Lord has scattered us all over the earth and given us into the hand of our enemies. Okay, and then today, okay, our main enemy is Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man. Right, this is his rulership. Okay, this is his dominion. Right, and this is the kingdom that we serve. We serve his kingdom right now. Okay, and then of course we've been put underneath all the other nations. We've been put right at the bottom. All these other nations rule over us. Okay, and Esau is the top of that hierarchy right there. It says when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from among the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them, okay, glorified, made holy, right? In them, in the sight of the heathen, right? The Most High is gonna be glorified in his people. Okay, he's gonna be known through his people. Okay, in the sight of the heathen. The heathen are nothing but the spectators of this movie, man. They're gonna be watching of the glory of the Lord's people. They're not going to be a part of it. They're not going to be glorified with the children of Israel. Okay, when the salvation comes, they're not. All right. It says, and they shall dwell in their land, in our homeland. Okay, because right now we don't have a homeland. Okay, all these Jake is in everybody else's nations, in everybody else's country. Even if you think about Caribbean islands or certain places in Africa that Jake be at, right? We're still oppressed and or controlled or ruled over by Esau. Being dictated to, right? These lands belong to him, but our homeland is the nation of Israel. Okay, the land of Israel that was promised to us, but we got Edomites living up in there that ruled in that. So we have no real place to call home right now. Okay, because we've been scattered. All right, but we're going to return home. Okay, that is our land. Right? It says and I shall be sanctifying them in the sight of the heathen. They shall dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob. Right? And it wasn't given to it was given to a physical seed, right? Jacob and the sons of Jacob. It was given to a physical seed. Okay, it wasn't given to, some spiritual version of a Jacobite. It was given to Jacob and his seed. Okay, i.e. the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, blood descendants. Okay, that's who he gave it to, right? And that's who it belongs to. And they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yea, they shall dwell with confidence. Right? So we're going to return home and we're going to build. We're going to restore. Right? New Jerusalem, we're going to restore. Kainos, refreshed. New Jerusalem, that's what new is in this context. Refreshing. We're going to restore. Okay, because we're going to be restored. right? When I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about them, and they shall know that I am the Lord, their power. Right? And it's exactly as we say, right? You're gonna understand that the Lord is not everybody's God. He's not everybody's power. He's not here to defend the other nations. Right? The Lord is here to defend us. Okay, beginning with the elect of Israel, right? He is our power. That's why one of his titles is the God of Israel. He's not the God of the whole world. He's a God over the earth, good over all things. But as a personal power, as a protector, as a savior, he is our power. He's not everybody else's. That's why he made himself known unto us and not the heathen. You heathen still don't know who he is. You know, even though you hold, you heathens hold Bibles and all that, because you still don't know who he is. You still don't understand who our power is. You know, the Most High has not made himself known unto you, man. All right. So everyone's gonna know that the Lord is our power. Yahweh is our God. Okay, when the Lord brings his judgment upon this place. Is Isaiah 11, chapter 10. So in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people, to it shall the Gentiles seek, right? And this Gentiles here isn't talking about the other nations, it's talking about the Israelite foreigners. Israelites that became Gentiles, i.e. all of us today, all the Israelites that are here today are Gentiles. You know? And his rest shall be glorious, right? So Yahushai this is speaking about the root of Jesse, he's speaking about Yahushai, right? Because Yahushai came out of that lineage, okay, from King David's lineage, so on and so forth, right? That's who was sent. He sent for his people. Okay, and who the Israelite foreigners, our brothers, were going to be drawn to Yahushai, because he's going to go around and search for his sheep. All right. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Paphros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. Right. So the Israelites are scattered in all these different places, as he's saying, and the Lord's going to recover them from them places. Right. And that ain't just it. There's more, because we were scattered even more than that. Right. So the Lord's going to come a second time to gather the remnant of his people, the elect of Israel, okay, that are scattered. All right, so when the Lord goes to these places, or when the true goes to these places, it's not to wake up the heathen. The heathen are in a perpetual state of sleep, right? They're unwanted. The Lord does not want them, right? But when the disciples and the apostles were being sent out, they were looking for the remnant of his people, the elect of Israel. Right? That is why the truth had to go abroad like that. It had to be taught among the Gentiles, because there were Israelites, among them. Right? And that's who was being sought out for, right? Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel. So that's what he's doing. Going to these places, he's assembling the outcasts of Israel. Right? Not gathering all nations, but just the outcasts of Israel. That's who these Gentiles are, the outcasts of Israel. Those that weren't a part of Judea, right? Because the Jews in Jerusalem, they didn't see, the Israelites that are, the foreign Israelites as part of them, because they took up foreign customs, wearing foreign clothes, speaking foreign languages, having worshiping different gods, and so they were outcasts, they were cast out. That's exactly how it says, right? They weren't being accepted by the Jews in Jerusalem, right? They weren't being let back in, right? And that's why the whole thing with Cornelius was important, because here it is, you got an Israelite, Cornelius, living in, was he living in Rome? I'm not sure, but he was obviously of the Italian band, because they like to bring that out. Oh, he's Italian. He's from the Italian band, right? But he was an Israelite in the army. That's all it is. Just like you got Jake in all these different armies today, America, Britain, you name it. Jake's in the army in these different places, right? And he's just among them. He grew up among them, but he obviously believed in Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. He's obviously kept informed of who the Most High is and who he was, right? And him and his household. And so when the time came when Peter was sent unto them, or Cornelius was sent unto Peter, you know, either way, they received the Spirit, right? Even though they weren't a part of Judea, you know, and he was serving, you know, these foreign nations. All right. So, but this is an example of an Israelite foreigner, a Gentile, you know, that was to be saved. Okay. And he set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Right. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Right. So, you know, they're going to put their differences aside, man, and, you know, acknowledge one another. Right. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make them go over dry shod. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came out of the land of Egypt, right? Because when the Lord delivered Israel out of Egypt, right, the Egyptians weren't saved. The Egyptians were catching all kinds of hell. And Pharaoh's army, and Pharaoh was drowned in the sea, right? The Egyptians wasn't saved with the Israelites, okay? The Israelites took some of them as servants, right? So if you think that you know, deems, you know, that, you know, means that they were saved, then you ain't gonna have a problem with, you ain't gonna have a problem this time around when we put you into captivity. You know, when you become our servants. You know, at least you ain't catching missiles, right? But you know, if that's your idea of being saved, then fine, isn't it? But the Lord never saved no Egyptians to make them equal to or to share in the promises or the blessings that Israel were to receive. They're not part of the covenant. So, you know, that is what it is. The Lord came to save his people Israel. He didn't come to save the Egyptians. Okay, but obviously, you know, you need servants, you need help, right? So, yeah, come in, take them, take them and their goods, you know. But it's going to be saying this time around, the Lord's going to come and destroy America, right, and deliver the children of Israel out of America before the judgment, man, right? And there's going to be people left on the earth. Just America is going to be completely destroyed, right? So there ain't going to be nobody from America coming or surviving, right? But there's other people in the world, obviously, okay, that are going to be gathered up and made put into slavery. All right. So that's what it's going to be like. But, you know, point being, you know, we're in all these different parts of the earth and we're being gathered from them, right? So let me grab, this is Acts chapter 2, verse 5. Just to show you this is where we are. We're in all parts of the earth. And this is what the Lord's bringing out of there, right? And then Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven, right? Because we're in every nation. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans, right? They're all from this region. Like, how do they know our language? You know? How hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born, right? Because they were born in different lands. So they had different languages, right? They might have different clothes or whatever, right? But they spoke different languages. They were foreign. Right, and that is the most, you know, common thing when you think about a foreigner. Someone that you can't understand. Someone that speaks a completely different language to you. You don't understand shit what they're saying. Right? It's like, yeah, you can't help this dude. You know, that is the most foreign thing you could think about when you see somebody. Forget the clothes, because, you know, people wear similar types of clothes. You know, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, to some degree. But it's not the most foreign thing you think about when you see a person or when you hear a person. When you hear him speak, it's like, yeah, he's from another country. Like, he fully, like, he don't even belong. He not even from here. He don't belong here. He can't, you know, we can't make sense of anything this guy is saying. Right? So when they were speaking all these different languages, they were shocked, because like, these men, they're from Galilee. You know, And you got these guys from, speaking Elamite, speaking all these different languages. And so, they might understood Hebrew, because obviously they knew they were Hebrews. That's why they was coming back to Jerusalem. So they may have spoke Hebrew or a little bit or whatever, man. But the Jews in Galilee, why would they were born there? Why would they know all, different tongues of all these different nations? They wouldn't have. It's very unlikely, right? So the Spirit jumped on them and had them speaking all these different languages, and they were, it says, marveled, right? Verse 8 here says, "And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born? Parthians and Medes and Elamites and dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia, in Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt, and in parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome," right? Well, again, Cornelius, that's where he was at, right? "Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of God," right? So they had every man understand what they were saying, right? And like I said, speaking in their languages, man. And they were all amazed and were in doubt, saying one to another, "What meaneth this?" Others mocking said, "These men are full of new wine." Right. So when it speaks about, you got these fucking bug out Christians, and they talk about speaking in tongues, and it's just about shabalabala ding dongs. That's what they're saying. They ain't say no coherent anything. No one can understand it. No one to interpret it, right? But speaking in tongues just means speaking in different languages. If you're able to speak in different languages. Okay, they're just pulling shit out of their ass, talking about it's the language of the gods, but it'll never be the same. One guy did it, another guy did it. It'll be fucking different. Yeah, these fucking idiots. Right, this is from Amos chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel from among all nations," right? Because that's where we are. We're among all nations. And if Israel is what the Most High wants, right? Of course, we need to be sifted. We have to be shaken, or the shit that we don't want, or the Most High don't want, has to be shaken out. And what's left is what the Lord wants, which is the nation of Israel. So it's the fact that we have, the Lord wants to sift the nation of Israel out of the nations. It means the Most High doesn't want the other nations. He just wants Israel. He's not looking for everybody. He's not looking for all people. He's looking for his chosen out of the nation of Israel. That's why the sifting is even a thing. That's why the Lord even has that as a thing that he's going to do. Otherwise there wouldn't be no need for sifting. Everybody and if everybody and anyone could, or he wants everybody and anybody, there would be no need to sift. But what the Most High wants is Israel out of the nations. He wants to separate Israel from the nations, just like it was at the beginning. When the Lord said he made us a holy people, he made us separate. That's what the word holy means separate. Right? And the Lord is separating us again. And that's why we're being sifted, because we're scattered among all the nations. Okay? So like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not at least grain fall upon earth. Okay? I shall read on, right? "So all the sins of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day I will rise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof, and they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them." Right. So again, restoring our land, our dwelling place. Right. "And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy God." Right. Because the Lord's going to make us perfect. And the Lord is going to have no need to bring judgment upon us again, man, because we're going to be perfect. The law is going to be written in our inward parts. All right, we're going to perform the law perfectly. All right, so like I said, there'll be no need for judgment, no need for punishment against us, because we're going to be doing all the time that which is pleasing to the Lord. Right, so we're never going to be removed out of our land again. And this is why, the kingdom of heaven is centered around the kingdom of Israel, because Israel is the capital city on the earth, you know, capital nation on the earth, right? Where Yahushai's throne is, you know, and this is his everlasting kingdom. And it's never going to be taken away from us. That's why, again, Yahushai has an everlasting kingdom, right? Because we're going to be a nation without sin. And I'll close out with this. This is Isaiah 60 verse 8. It says, "Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee." Right? Again, the Most High is looking to glorify Israel in the midst of the heathen. All right? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. Right? Like I said, he was going to be used as laborers, man, as servants, right? To help us build, right? To restore our land, right? This is who's going to do it. Okay, we're not going to get our hands dirty. Okay, you had all of us build your kingdoms up, right? So you're going to be used to build ours. Okay, that already seems right. Okay, that's a balance being done. Justice being done. So, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. Right, all their kings are gonna be subservient to us. Right, all your leaders, all your great men. Okay. For in my wrath I smote thee. Okay, the Most High smited the children of Israel, right, for the wickedness, right. But in my favor I have had mercy upon thee, right. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually; they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought, right. So the forces of the Gentiles is their substance, okay, their goods, their produce, right, themselves, daughters and whatever, right. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, right? The Lord's intention is for the nations to serve Israel. We keep telling you this. Okay, there is no equality. The Most High never set up no equality. The Most High set up the children of Israel to be above. Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. And this is what's going to be fulfilled, man. This is talking about the latter days, man. This is what's going to happen after the latter days. That these nations are going to be subservient to Israel. Okay? And those nations and those people that don't want to serve us, man, they're going to be judged. Right? It says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Right? So the Most High is not giving you a choice whether you want to serve us or not. The Most High is going to make you serve, man, or you're going to get jacked up. It says, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Right? Israel, Jerusalem. Okay? The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. Right? Our oppressors. Right? You're going to come bending down. Right? And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. Right? So when you bow yourself down, man, you're acknowledging someone that is greater in power than you. Right? Someone who has authority over you, power, dominion over you. Right? And that's what it's going to be. We're going to be over the heathen. Okay? Just like we was promised. Okay? And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated. Okay, because that's what we are in this world. We're forsaken and hated. Okay, these nations don't respect us, man. They look down upon us. Okay, and ain't nobody is trying to help us, restore us back to our royal state. No one's interested in doing that. They rather just make mockery of us. It says, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency. An eternal excellency. Again, that everlasting kingdom, right? A joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the Almighty One of Jacob. That's what you're going to understand. That's what it means to be glorified in the midst of thee. You're going to see and understand that we are the Lord's people, and you're just a heathen. I have nothing to do with this whatsoever, man. Your place is to serve these great people. That is your purpose in life. As much as you might hate to hear that, that is why he was made. You know, and you've had your little time in power and all that kind of stuff and whatever. So Most High has been generous, you know. But ultimately, what does the Lord want? The Lord wants his people on top. And he wants you nations to bow and serve them. That's what he wants. You know? So we're going to be nourished by the heathen, you know, like I said, with their produce and, you know, all the goods that they you know, make and do, right? And you're going to bring them to us, man, to make sure that we're nice, you know? That we got everything that we need, right? So for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation, and thy gates praise, right? So we're going to be in no trouble, no problems again, right? Ain't going to be no fucking resurgence of Esau, Gog and Magog to try and overthrow us. There ain't going to be none of that going on, all right? According, you know, as according to Nate, right? Bishop Nate. Violence shall be no more heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation, and thy gates praise. The sun shall no more be thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy God thy glory, right? So we're always going to be blessed with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. Okay, we're going to hold the true light. Okay, thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. So that's not going to be taken away from us, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? For the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. All right, we're going to be a righteous kingdom. Okay, we're going to do everything right. We're going to be a blessed nation, all of our people. There ain't going to be a nigger among us, man. Imagine that. Not one nigger among us, man. And that's going to be beautiful. We ain't going to worry about each other like that anymore. You know, you ain't going to be cautious around your own people, man. You know, it's going to be beautiful, right? It says, they shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. All right, and that's what we're waiting for, man. You know, so that's the mission, man, to gather Israel and to restore them, and set them in the kingdom, an everlasting kingdom with Yahweh Shai. That's the mission, man. That's what's going on out here, right? And it's soon to be completed. All right. So, you know, with that, I'm going to say shalom, Lord willing, this was edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So, till next time, I say shalom.